And this is the section where we turn the word crystals into a drinking game. So if you have some water, feel free to drink it whenever I say crystals. It's narrower than any of the previous areas. The walls are smooth to the touch and embedded in them are red crystals. Take a drink of water. They faintly glow. They look identical to the stalactites that hang in Snowdon. And to the larger crystal, take a drink, that filled the bridge. You can only conclude that these red crystals, gosh darn it all, grow exclusively in the mountain. You'd heard about the magical crystals, good lord. Before crystals that can retain magic. Never make a drinking game out of this. But they are very around the surface. Any cave or mining operation that finds magical crystals. It's exceptionally more valuable than finding untapped diamonds or oil. You are not a wizard or magic user, so you have not been trained in magic. What you know is basic second-hand knowledge. The Great War was started over magical crystals, gosh darn it. With magical use on the decline, finding charged magical crystals became a top priority for many governments. You really should have touched the crystals. Good freaking God. You ready to see more magical crystals? Down here than most humans in your generation would see in their entire life. There's just a lot of crystals, okay? Remember, folks, if you're going to do a drinking game of this, only use water or non-alcoholic drinks. Many thanks. Hey, biscuits! You're ready to see more magic than most humans would see in their entire life. Underfell's filled to the brim with magic. All likely because of the monsters. The monsters are made of magic and exuded with each breath they exhale. You cannot help but think there might be a connection to the decline of magic use and sealing away all the monsters. You think there might be some type of connection? You don't say. Yeah, I totally think so too. Because when monsters disappeared, suddenly, magic started not working properly. It might have something to do with the fact that the magical monsters are not on the surface. But what do I know? Although perhaps in doing so the monsters were ultimately saved. When the monsters were sealed centuries ago, humanity had turned against each other. There were mainly small wars that resulted in countries cannibalizing each other. Each battle, each victory and loss left a scar on humanity as a whole. The Great War was the final toll to push humanity to the brink of near extinction. It was a dangerous time. The peace that exists now is one painfully achieved. The handful of countries that remain are so tightly knitted together, they practically operate as one country. Everyone speaks the same language, everyone uses the same currency, everyone has to obey the same laws. To be honest, you're not sure what differentiates the countries anymore outside an address and who supports what sports team. Humanity at the place where you are, certainly they would warmly welcome monsters if monsters hadn't been sealed away. Perhaps they would have been the focus in the war. Were they sealed because of that? The wizards of long past, did they foresee humanity's potential for cruelty and thought to spare the humans? If so, wizards, why didn't you save animals? Some humans can be really shit. You'd like to believe that. As has become standard for your journey, things fall silent aside from your footsteps. It's nice that the crystals provide enough light to see the way forward. Your phone is still dead, so you have no other option. You tug down on your stripy sweater so it's more comfortably cover your hips. You do so love your stripy sweater. It's your favourite one. Hey, Twinkle, you cock your head to show that you are listening as you continue to work. How did you fall? That's right. This all began because you fell because you're a klutz. You didn't mean to. Although it was an accident, I'm kind of glad you fell. Since I've been with you, I haven't felt so, I felt better. I feel better, so thanks for falling. You give Flowey a smile and tell him you were happy to fall too. It's a big red flower this time. You will find leaving the narrow cavern at the end there's a large red flower. It goes up to your waist with petals as big as your face. At the centre of the flower is a glistening starlight white. What a pretty flower! Although you notice there's a lot of things red down here. You look down at your striped sweater. It's black with two... we'll go for the traditional. Everybody else is wearing red. We'll put some on. You reach your hand to touch the flower. The flower bops at your touch. Boo! You stare at the flower, uncertain if you'd heard the voice from the flower. Flowey senses your confusion. He explained, "Oh, don't worry, it's just an echo flower. They remember the last conversation when someone touched it." Oh, magic is fascinating. You imagine how delighted humans on the surface would be to encounter such a thing. You cannot help your smile as you admire the pretty flower. You look down at your sweater. It has red like you. You step around the flower and your flat sink into something squishy and wet. It feels like you're now walking on a soaked sponge. You look down and see red-tinted sludge. We're in the marshes now, Flowey says. I haven't been here very often. To be honest, I don't remember why I stopped coming here. Do a lot of monsters live here? No. Monsters live here, I think. No monsters live here, I think. Once we go through here, we should reach Hotlands, which connects to the city. Most monsters live in the city. Snowdin's one of the rare exceptions. You suppose that makes sense? They're in a limited space. I don't have much room to expand without breaking the barrier. Again, you're back to the thought, why is the barrier still standing? Do the monsters want to stay underground? That's the only explanation you can think of. No, it's because there's a stubborn goat sitting on the throne, and he just wants everyone to be as miserable as him. Because he's stubborn, and everyone needs to give him another sucker punch. Moving on. With all the magic you've seen, you feel confident say the monsters could destroy an old barrier with a little fuss. The only reason the barrier is standing is because the monsters want it to stand. They want to stay underground. You know they aren't fond of humans. They're hostile to you. Their hostility to you is plain. But that's enough. But is that enough reason to remain trapping themselves while the underground is beautiful? It must be stifling. There's no real wind here. The air is stagnant. There's no sunlight. The atmosphere is cold and disquiet. And there's no freedom. Everyone and everything is restricted. It's beautiful and vibrantly red. But the limitations must get old. You take a look at your sweater. You run your hand down your sweater to feel its soft yet durable texture. To stay indefinitely in the underground would be awfully similar to wearing this stripy sweater every day for the rest of your life. Tiresome. What are you thinking about? Flowey asks you. You explain your thought process to the flower monster as you continue to walk. There's a pathway through the marshes. Although your flats get wet, each step is met with a squelch. Ugh. You sure do hope the next area will be drier. Your poor toes are still recovering from the little frostbite they had in Snowdin. The pathway is hard to skirt from the other bits of the marsh. Most of the land is filled with the dark water. In the water are hundreds of blooming echo flowers and white mushrooms flourishing. The mushrooms and echo flowers seem to be the only source of light in the room, as the red crystals found in the previous cavern are nowhere to be seen. Ah, says Flowey once you're done explaining. Yes, I think the other monsters would agree. So why do they stay? Twinkle, you have to realise, you're the first human whose... Flowey gestures to with leaves. Nice? You're the first one that's truly nice. And stupid. As you walk, you realise it's starting to grow dark. It is not an immediate change, but it's still enough transition. It takes you a moment to realise what's happening. It's getting dark. You may have thought you should check the path you're on to make sure it stays linear. It does. It branches off. You look behind you. It's already dark behind you. No idea where you should go. And the light from the flowers and mushrooms is starting to dim. Flowey realises too. Uh-oh. I think I remember why I don't come here very often. Will it brighten up again if you stay put? No, says Flowey. The mushrooms and flowers for your magic fumes. Only monsters with strong magic presence can keep them bright. I'm not strong enough and you don't have any magic. So we'll stay dark until a powerful monster comes through. Oh, biscuits. Yeah, we should hurry. Yes, but hurry where? The path bounces and you have no idea which one to choose. If only your phone was charged. Wait, don't you already have a light? You know, the one inside you. Your beautiful, vibrant, bright orange soul. Have you not seen how brilliant it lights up in battle? You don't need a phone. You don't need a flashlight. You only ever need you. You raise a hand to your chest where your soul usually appears. You've never been able to call on it before. You fell. But things are different now. You have your determination. And you know you can do this. You close your eyes and your determination is there. Your will, your drive, your everything beats in tandem to your heartbeat. It propels your soul to constantly move forward. You will not stop. You will not give up. You will not fail. You can do this. Warmth blooms out of your chest and the darkness is chased away by orange light. Seeing your soul in all its beauty lights up the world around you, filling you with determination. Now it's time to figure out which way to get out of the marsh, though. So which way do you choose? Okay, so the only way, of course, is to go forward. With the light of your orange soul illuminating the path, you march forward. As you walk, you brush against the echo fibers on the path and you hear a passing conversation. Hear about the human? The one who... Yeah, they had a strange weapon. I heard about that. Good thing the royal guard stopped them. Humans are dangerous. As you reach the end of the path, you notice someone. There's a red and purple fish-like monster at the end of the pathway. Okay, so, but here they're talking about a human having a strange weapon. Now, I don't know if maybe it's the ray gun thing that Sans creates later on. Or, because I know they mentioned that, one of the humans had something on them. And Sans then tried to replicate it or something. But it's clearly a weapon, so I think this might be the human that Sans like recreates the weapon in the lab for alphas. Anyway, we're going to, of course, spend some time with Sharon. The marsh is silent. The only light comes from you. Smells like music. I'm very confused how music has smell. But okay, you hum. You hum a little tune and Sharon shifts around in the marsh water. Her voice is barely above a murmur. She hums back. Musical notes are generated into the air, but they disappear like foam off of a wave. There's no heart to her music. Oh, bless. Hum again. You hum again, a little louder this time. The water splashes as she turns to face you more. She hums back. More musical notes pop up in the air. The flowers start to glow a bit more from her magical notes. For a brief moment, the marshes aren't so dark. But it only lasts a moment, as Sharon is still too quiet. Oh, bless. Well, we better help her then. Come on, let's hum a little louder. You hum louder and tap your foot against the squelching path. Sharon turns to face you fully and she's humming. The musical notes pop up in the air with more colours and vibrancy than before. They are beautiful. Here comes Sharon. Sharon repeats her words, save or be saved. As she sings, the marshland lights up around you. Colourful notes appear in the air and dance to the tune. They circle around the two of you. Their magic warms the air. What a lovely sound! She's tapping a little beat with her fins. It's time for a second verse. You sing, Sans, no killing Twinkle, bad! Because, seriously, Sans, stop freaking killing me. I'm getting really irritated at you. Stop. She sings her words back to you in her joyous voice. Then she adds lyrics of her own, which repeat back. Your voice raises in harmony, loudly echoing against the marsh. The echo flowers pick up on your words and start to repeat them. Oh no. That means Sans No Killing Twinkle back. It's going to be the name of her next album. Oh no. Oh well. The two of you have created your own concert. You sing together and your voices meld together like peanut butter and chocolate. Honestly, peanut butter and chocolate does not go too well together, if I'm honest. My stomach can't handle that combination. My stomach can handle peanut butter and jelly, aka jam. but it does not do well when peanut butter is mixed with chocolate. Unless, of course, it's a chocolate that has peanuts in it, then it's okay. But otherwise, no. You are in a whirlwind of her musical magic, and you catch echoes of her hopeful delight. At the very end song, Sharon looks at you with a smile on her face. Thank you, she says. Thank you, echoes the flower. Well, we'll hum a thank you farewell to her. She hums it back to you as she slowly sinks into the marshy waters. Wow, says Flowey. All falls silent again. I feel like I shouldn't be surprised by this point, Flowey jokes. You raise a hand in a high five. He slaps him with his leaf. It's time to turn. Time to return. Go left. With the light of your orange soul illuminating the path, you march forward. As you walk, you brush against the echo flows on the path. You hear a passing conversation. La la la. What are you singing? Don't know, it just came to me. Can you teach me? Okay. La 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 la. La 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 la. Your flowers get caught on this stray rock and you nearly trip but catch yourself. Are you okay? Flowey asks worriedly. You're sure, Flowey, you're okay? You continue to walk along the path and hear another conversation. The ruins. What happened? A few humans came to. What? They attacked on sight. No surprise. Humans know best, don't they? It's kill or be killed. Oh dear. Don't use that as an example, please. This path takes you to a dead end. You must turn around and choose a different path. But we're going to go forward again, because we're going to see Shire and me having a passing conversation. Look. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You reach a dead end, you have to turn around. Okay, so we're going to go to the right. With the light of your orange soul illuminating the path, you march forward. As you walk forward, you brush against the flowers on the path. You hear passing conversation. Why is everything red? What's wrong with red? Nothing, but it's all we see. Because it's all we know. What do you mean? Did you know humans bleed red? So does Sans. So it could be just his ketchup bottle, but you know, it's possible he bleeds red. But monsters don't. When we die, we turn to ash. Yes, in the war against humans, all we saw was red. All they saw was red. Ashes stained red. They can die. They can bleed. We can survive them. We can't forget that. Humans are strong, but we are stronger. Which is, how the fudging biscuits do you lot lose the war then? If you're stronger. Excuse you, I feel like somebody cheated. Our king's magic turned red that day we were sealed. So he won't forget. Yeah, and he sure as God-forsaken gumdrops and buttercreams don't let others forget, does he? And now none of us can forget red-stained ashes. Ugh. Your foot connects to solid ground. You did it! You finally made it out of the marshes. Well done, it took you all day. You thought of no longer having wet toes fills you with determination. There's a cake in front of me. Your soul pulses once, then disappears. The light is no longer needed. Good thinking, Flowey praises you. We're out of there pretty quick, huh? You hold up a hand over your shoulder and Flowey taps with his leaf. High five! We're doing that a lot. You're really cool, Twinkle, says Flowey. Yes, you are. But don't go like praising my character too much. It's going to go to her head. You walk along a wooden path. It seems the water from the marshes runs underneath the wood. As you walk, you hear the water moving. The hotlands aren't far from here, says Flowey. We cross the waterfall and then one more bridge to connect. The wooden path splits off to one side and continues down the cavern. On the right, it opens up to a wide deck. There are railings along the edge of the deck, except at one spot where they have been hacked to pieces. So only bits of poles remain standing. There are more red crystals on the ceiling. The room is significantly brighter than the tunnels have been, and it takes a moment for your eyes to adjust. You blink away the spots and notice you and Flowey aren't alone. Gather around that hole is a group of small monsters, most of them are peering over the edge and into the darkness below. Gosh, what a curious place to be! Anyone could sneak up there and shove them over. Why is my character even suggesting such a thing? How dare you? How dare you state the obvious and the possible start to a genocide? Now then, let's walk up behind them and say hello. You walk up behind them and say hello, and the monsters all jump and turn around. Whoa! You're a human! The monster explained. That is the shortest one and looks remarkably like Violet, the bunny monster from Snowdon. Yes, you are. You have stripes. The monster comes up to your hips, jumps up and down at this revelation. You notice this monster is yellow and orange striped with spikes down the back. He has a black jacket on, aka Monster Kid. Yes, you do, Mr. Obvious. The group of monsters swarm around you, chatting excitedly. What a nice change of pace. Are you really human? I don't something magic for me. Where's your magic? What kind of stuff do humans eat? What's it like on the surface? Do all humans wear stripes? The questions come non-stop. You don't have a chance to answer them. Thankfully, Flowey interferes on your behalf. He pops up from his spot in the backpack, stretching himself up so he can glare at the children over your shoulders. Stop bombarding her. One question at a time. And remember your manners. Introduce yourself. Jeez, you weren't raised in a barn. The bunny monster hopped in front of you. Her long ears flopped with each movement. She wore a baggy black hoodie and dark purple pants. And she said, I'm Puffers. Are you really a human? Yes, you are human. You take the time to introduce yourself. Whoa! They all go. We aren't allowed to talk to humans, Puffer excited explains to you. This is so cool. We're such rule breakers. Why aren't you allowed to talk to humans? Because humans are super dangerous. The striped monster hops from one foot to another. You notice he doesn't have any arms. They're all evil, so all kids are supposed to stay away from him. Oh, I'm Mom. A third monster bird said, are you evil? Would an evil one actually tell you, though? Yes, I'm totally evil. Oh, no, not really. I'm not evil, and neither is Flowey. You don't think so? What's the surface like? Where do you live? Oh, I'm Revamp. The third monster gives you a toothy smile. They're the tallest among the group with an elastic, oozy body that constantly shifts like a lava lamp. Ooh, so cool. You live alone in the outskirts of a large city on the outskirts. We have a city here too. I wonder if your city's as big as ours, asked Ravam. You aren't sure. You haven't visited the monster city yet, so you cannot compare. The children accept this answer. A monster in the shape of a candle flame pops up and down. I'm Wick. Answer my question next. What do you do? You do freelance work, yes, totally. Your answer only sparks more questions. You have to fully explain what you do until they are satisfied. The children exchange glances and realize this is your chance to ask questions of your own. Why do they want to talk to you if it's against the rules? Because it's cool to break the rules and we're the coolest. What are they doing out here? See this edge? Puffer points at it. We're daring each other to jump off it. You peer over the edge. It's pitch black. You only hear the sound of rushing water. It's the waterfall, Puffers explains. There's star moss at the bottom, so it'll light up once we touch it. Is it not dangerous? No, and I jumped off it lots of times before, Mon is quick to explain. Yeah, we're going to be cool like her. Super cool. The coolest! Hey, human, do you want to jump with us? Revamp asked. Yeah, you're cool, right? Jump, 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 Puffers cheers. What will you do? Should I jump? I'm tempted. I'm tempted. But I should be the responsible adult. These children could get killed. They're not bouncy like and I. Hey. Gently discourage them from doing this stupid thing. The monster children all made noises of disagreement. It took several minutes of persuasion, but they did relent. If only all monsters could be talked down like that. Fine, fine, fine. Puffer sighs dramatically. We won't jump. Why does it even matter to you, Revamp groans? You're not our parent. Even so, monsters or not, you can't stand by and watch children put themselves in needless danger. Do human children not jump off waterfalls? Not that you are aware of. Well, that makes sense, says Mon. Humans are really weak, right? You play for a Pokemon, and monster children aren't. We're not weak. Mon protests. The armless monster hops forward to you. Tripping on something proceeds to face plant it to the ground. The other children laugh and you crawlfully help Mon up. It's okay, Mon. Mon gives you a sheepish okay as you help him up. You brush off the dirt from his stripes. Thanks, Twinkle. You ask the children if they met any other humans. Not directly, says Revamp, her body morphing like a blob dropping onto concrete. We've heard about them, though. Yeah, the last human was called by Mr. Papyrus, says Puffers. He's part of the Royal Guards. He's a human-hunting maniac. He's got the most humans. As far as you know, but technically that's an absolute frickin' lie. Because it was Gotham Sans who has. You lot call him lazy and I call him very sufficient. He's a sufficient killer. You think back to your fight with Papyrus and his remorseful undertone. Every death by his hand. Did not feel it was done with joy. Wait, caught, not kill. Mum says there was only 2 humans Mr. Papyrus had to kill before, Revamp says. I wonder if that actually bothers Papyrus. I imagine that he's got like days where like what happened, the fact that he had to kill people. If that, like, the first time he killed a human, that must have been, like, so heavy on him, heavy on his soul, to, like, come to terms with. I can only imagine what he must have been like for Sans, because he's had to kill, like, 60-odd humans. Like, sure, like, the first time he did it, how much that must have bothered him. And then to have his brother do it as well. Wick says, he's really good at his job. He always keeps us safe. That's why he's the boss of Snowden. Boss of Snowden? You'd heard Sam refer to Papyrus that way before, but you hadn't realised it was an actual title. Yeah, he's really cool like Undyne. And Undyne is? She's the captain of the Royal Guard, Mon shouts. He jumps up and down in excitement. All humans that make it out of Snowden don't get past her. She catches all of them. Ugh. She probably tried to catch you too, says Puffers. So cool, I'm so jealous. Haha, there's a lull, and you know you have an opportunity to ask more questions. You asked the children about Undyne. It only makes sense. You had a good feeling Undyne will be your next obstacle. No freaking kidding. Undyne is the coolest. She's captain of the Royal Guard, Puffer said. She was trained by King Asgore himself. And to think you'll have to face such a person, and likely soon. Sounds dangerous. She actually patrols this area, says Mon. Her house is in the marshes. Whoa, really? The marshes? If only I could pop in and see a Temmie. Hi, then you could use my voice, couldn't you? Yes, I could, Temmie. Gosh, I miss Temmie. Then again, if Undyne is the captain of the Royal Guard, she must have a powerful magical presence. It's likely never goes down in the marshes when she walks through. She doesn't come to Snowden often, so we only seen her a couple of times, Wicks explained. She has a wicked cool attack. Enough, children! There's a sharp voice that cuts through the sound of running water. The monster children all jump around to face the owner of the voice. Fly rests his head on your shoulder, whispers, That's her! That's Undyne! You don't need to tell me. My PTSD is already starting. Undyne, captain of the Royal Guards, is a tall fish-like monster. She has blue scales and long red hair, and her red eye is as yellow as Tori's, although much sharper. And more dangerous, you think to yourself. She has an eye patch over her other eye. She wears a black shirt cut off her midriff with a red outline of a heart on it. Long red gloves. She has black leather pants with long red boots, similar to Papyrus's design. You wonder if there's a Royal Guards uniform. Yes, the Royal Guards uniform makes sense, if I'm honest. Undyne steps up to you and the children, her wide grin shows off her many rows of sharp teeth, and you politely introduce, Shut up! I don't care! Kids, get behind me! Undyne orders. You see her right hand, there's a glow of red. Suddenly magic forms and solidifies into a sharp, pointed red spear of doom. Because Untie is that triggered. But Puffers looks between you and Untie. It's okay, Untie. Twinkle's harmless. Resent bops ahead. Yeah, Twinkle talked us out jumping down the waterfall because she was worried about us. Yeah, Mon agrees. Twinkle's really weird like that, but it's totally fine. The children take a step forward. They subtly position themselves between you and Untie. Oh, that's a first. For the first time since your fellow monsters made a gesture to shield you from harm. Not overlooking Flowey from time to time, looking out for me. It's a small gesture and you don't want any child to jump on a spear for you after all, but considering what you've already faced, it means a lot. You're genuinely touched. You've come so far in your journey, you have to stay alive and You've stayed alive and befriended hostile monsters, and now you have monsters wanting to protect you. At once you are filled with determination. Your soul flares to life and you step out from behind the children, and you choose to flee. You do not want the children to see such violence. You cock your head to Untie and tell her if it would be best if the two of you move this way. Untie twirls the spear around, her yellow eyes gaze focusing on you, her lips curling to a sneer. What an irritation you are! Her only visible eye flicked to the children watching on. She scoffed. Alright, since you weren't a complete scumbag, I'll give you a head start. Run, human! I would definitely take that chance, Flo whispers to you. Take the path on the right, it goes to Hotland. You tell Untie you don't want to fight, then so you will take her up on that offer. You run for your life! She laughs as you flee. Fight! 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 Flowey urges you as you sprint. That's right, you wimp! Run! You do not falter. Your legs move as fast as they can carry you as you run. You take a right as Flowey's instructed. The floor is uneven. The path you've travelled on has never been smooth, but as you are running, like your very life depends on it, which it does, you find it's unusually difficult to traverse. There are many little pebbles that you can feel into your flats. You kick them up as you run, and some of them are kicked with enough force they bounce off the ceiling above you. A thought occurs to you as you're running. If Untie is tagged from behind, it'll be Flowey taking the brunt. And he's on your back after all. You can't let that happen. He's your friend. That's right, he's your friend. He's been with you since the start of this journey through Underfell. He's been your guide and standing by your side through everything so far. He didn't have to come with you, yet he did. He didn't have to guide you, and yet he does. He's your friend. You shrug the back part of your shoulder as you continue to run, and Flowey lets out a huh? You move to place him in front of you, now carrying the back part front facing. You hug it close to you. Twinkle? Flowey whispers to you, disbelief on his face. Are you shielding me? Of course I am, Flowey. You promise Flowey you'll keep him safe, and Flowey tucks his head onto your chest. Twinkle. With your friend in your arms, you continue to flee from Untie. You weren't alone in this. You have to stay alive, not just for you, but for your friend too. You are filled with determination, then something hits you in the back of the head, and the vision freaking goes dark, you know? Goes absolutely freaking black. You've died. Headshot! You stumble for a second, coming back. It's disorientating. One moment you are nothing, limbless, blind and floating. Then you are suddenly falls back into everything with only your determination. You do not have the luxury to ponder the transition, however, because you have to duck. Now, you duck, and a red spear whizzes over top of your head. It's quickly accompanied by several more. Can you please stop throwing spears at me and die? Like, seriously, chill out, calm down, and stop your freaking magical malarkey. My goodness. You instantly start to twist your body side to side and randomly duck or jump as you run. The spears are unrelenting, and more than once you feel a burning sensation tear across your limbs. You cannot stop, though. You have to press on. Your heart is pounding, your breath is uneven, your chest feels tight, and your limbs are burning. Adrenaline pumps through you. You can keep going. You can do this. You can do this. You have to do this. You duck again at random. 3 more spears shoot over you. They embed themselves into the ground. The red light distinctly bright. You have to maneuver around them. Left of the fork, says Flowey. You take a left when the tunnel splits. You can see light ahead, and you hear Undy's footsteps thundering behind you. She's gaining on you, and fast. You burst through the tunnel to a cavern of hot air. The air is dry and scorching your throat with each breath. There's a bridge! It's a bridge very similar to the one over the chasm in Snowdon that the papyrus showed you, although this one crosses lava. Up ahead and across the bridge you spot the pedestal, and you can see the red crystal we used to power it. You continue a sprint across the bridge and die close on your heels. The bridge creaks and shakes with each step. More and more spears zoom around you. Seriously, does she care not for the bridge's stability? She could fall too. I'm just saying, she should technically also think of her own safety. But on top of that, why isn't I willing to attack me when she's aware that I have a monster on me? Is she willing to kill Flowey to get me? Wouldn't that go... Then again, it's kill or be killed, right? I guess she doesn't care for flower power, you know? Your head whips around, your eyes widen. Oh, wait. Hold back a little bit, back a bit. You reach the end of the bridge, a spear slices through the red crystal on the pedestal. Dilapidating agony shoots through your right leg. A spear's gone through you. Ow! Your knee buckles under the intensity, and you fall forward. You barely catch yourself on your elbow so you don't crush Flowey. Your head whips around, your eyes widen, and then die nears you. There's a spark of red coming off the bridge, and time slows. But she doesn't reach you. Blinding light shoots off from all over the bridge. Lightning and thunder cracking through the air as raw magic bursts free. You flinch under light, although it is only lasts a second. As soon as it is gone, you realise that the bridge is also gone. And as for your pursuer, Andai is falling. She is falling into lava. She will die, unless you save her. So freaking go save her. You do it without thought. Your panic lets you forget all the pain for a moment as you scramble forward. You reach out a hand and you grasp it in her own. You catch her before she completely tumbles. You're expecting a great weight, but to your surprise, she doesn't weigh that much at all, actually. What are you doing? Flowey asks you. Drop her! She'll kill you! She's shaking. You realise she's struggling to keep a grip on you. The attack from Miria electrocuted her. You aren't familiar with how magical electricity affects monsters, but you suppose some form of paralysis or slight seizure would make sense. It's up to you to pull her up. Twinkle, don't do this. You'll get yourself killed. You pull her up with all your might. If the drunken doll from earlier weighed the same as a bicycle, your estimate die was the same, plus a basket. It was curious how light monsters are. They don't have traditional organs or even a consistent skeletal construction. Well, what can I say that about the skeletons, though? They're nothing but magic. Although she's not too heavy, it is still difficult. You only now notice how covered in scratches you are. Your skin throbs, your joints ache, and there's a constant pain in your right leg. Despite it all, adrenaline and determination gives you the strength to pull her up. Flowey sighs as you do, and then dilates on her side, grimacing as she shakes. You suck in a gulp of air, your heart hammering in your chest. 1 beat, 2 beat, and Di stops shaking. 3 beats, and Di sits up. 4 beats, she looks at you, her expression difficult to read. Her only visible eye is narrowed, and her lips are tugged down in a frown. Silence started between the two of you. She soon stands up and starts to walk away. One day, human, she says quietly. Leave Underfell by tomorrow. I will not hunt you. Oh, I think I made a friend. She crosses another bridge into Hotland, and you are left alone. Twinkle, your leg, Flowey frets. Oh, that's right. You never have to be alone again, you know. Oh God, am I delirious? I've gone delirious with pain, apparently. You take a look at your right leg. In addition to the numerous scratches covering your body now, there is a gash in your right calf. It's oozing enough blood that, you know, if you don't get it patched up soon, you'll be in trouble. Flowey's frantically wrapping binds around the injured leg. Sorry, this will hurt. He tightens it, and the pain is so significant you feel you might throw up and pass out. You don't, somehow. Well done, me. Your vision darkens as you woozy teeters. Although you are seated, you feel a desire to lay down. If only I was stronger. He whispers, staring at you like, I'm sorry, Twinkle. It's okay. It's not your fault. You can deal with this. It won't be comfortable to walk, but surely you can hobble or hop. You can hop. Come on, Twinkle, says Flowey. There's a laboratory in Hotland. I'm sure there's some healing supplies we can use. You give Flowey a smile and you offer him a high five. He accepts it. My God, that's the 3rd high five we've done. He shakes his head. Let's go. You need treatment. Yeah, that sounds good. I am delirious with pain. You enter Hotland. I am absolutely out of it, apparently. Oh dear. So, how are things shaping up? You are a woman, you fell into Underfell wearing a black sweater with 2 red stripes. It's long enough to cover your hips, and you're wearing a pair of sturdy jeans with flats. You have beautiful indigo eyes and a charming orange soul. You gave Tori a hug before you left the ruins. I'm sure she hasn't forgotten your kindness. When you met Paris for the first time, you merely thought he was super cool. You also completed the maze on your first try. Way to go. You also have a charming stick. You also have a mysterious chain, and you sang with Shiren. You also saved and died. What a kind soul you are. Hopefully you can get treated. You're on the friendship route. That's so wonderful. Yay! Oh god, and I'm delirious with pain. And I sound like, I don't know, I'm on something pretty strong at the moment. But I saved and died, yay me. Okay, so now we've got to go and save Althus, so... Which, now I know, Gaster actually caused that to happen, which is honestly very surprising. But anyway, let's continue.